This is, let's think, day 13 post-op, day 6 at home. Just want to give a few markers on progress, but then also take you through each one of the exercises I'm doing, and thereby give you the markers as well. I was a little bit slack yesterday. Meant to do this yesterday, but it was quite a full day. Today's been quite a full day as well. What tends to be indicative of a full day is I tend to actually do more walking really than I should, especially outside. Because my walking had come on so much, that's not with me practicing the walking, that's with me doing the crawling and all the other exercises. It becomes so much more convenient just to try to walk. And well, it is what it is. But I need to maintain my discipline inside the house and keep doing the crawling, especially up until I feel I've got the crawling as good as it's going to be, and as I've got a crawling progression to go from standard crawling, creeping, bear crawling, and then some other crawling variations. I've got loads to go yet, so I shouldn't be practicing walking really. But anyway, to take it from the top, first of all, do the wall stretch, keep my hip flexor length where it should be, which means I can maintain an extended pelvis. Let's see if I can do this without any props, which should be fun. This is actually the first time I've tried this without any props. There we go. I feel I'm getting pulled in that direction just by the compromise of the brain injury, not through anything biomechanical. There we go. Whoa. Let's try again. This is in fact the second time today I'm going through the overall suite. Just I didn't have anyone to film it this morning. I've got my erstwhile assistant and beautiful daughter filming me in a minute. This is also a valid exercise position to be in. Sitting on your heels. Later on we'll be doing that and going up into hip extension for sort of half squats. 1990 sitting, which I've been doing a lot today, so I'll do less than I would normally spend potentially 5 minutes at least in each position and go from there. Notice how much more slick the exchange from each side is to what it has been. I'm just going to do some crocodile breathing now. Now I should be able to get into position to fill my lower back, so you can see the curve getting filled up with each breath. We can't really see it, Ellie. You might have to get down sort of level with me. I'm the side, but you just made the call. So I'll do that. I'll go into the cobra. Notice how I'm trying to keep my ears as far away from my shoulders as possible. Remember the old adage, ears are shoulder poison. There you go. Into the Sphinx. I'm feeling a hell of a lot more stable in position when each of the alternate arms go out. Previously I could feel a huge change in the stabilisation part being used. I feel a lot more in control of my arms, but not quite as much on the raised one. A lot more movement in that. I don't know if I said in the blog previously, the day before yesterday, I actually went to see an osteopath just for a quick click, 1,500-mile service job. He just basically did some mobilisation work around the lumbar and thoracic, particularly thoracic, got some decent results. Although he was sort of treating me with kid gloves, just because of the obvious. If it was my mate Paddy, like he'd have been swinging me around by my feet, like. But it's the first time I'd seen this bloke, so he was being a bit cautious. Right, in the rolling, first thing, look with the eyes. Got to be a reason for moving. Reach for the spot. Everything just comes over. Same in reverse. Reach with the eyes first. Over. The rest of it follows. Nervous system doesn't understand it. I've said nowhere near as well. If there isn't a reason for moving, it's only going to be the parts of your body that you consciously control that will be actively mobilised. However, if you internalise an objective, then everything will work together, consciously, subconscious, or otherwise. Right, now for the lower limbs, take the eyes out a bit. Keep it slow and controlled as possible. Space. There we go, there's the rolling done. After the rolling in the sequence, neurodevelopment sequence, will come the crawling. You've seen my crawling pattern already. And now I want to be conscious that I've got that lower back curve, and in doing so, it eliminates the clicking I was getting in my shoulders previously. Just for the progression. The next one that I'd want to do is that. Which I'm almost there on, but because I'm still not entirely comfortable with this, I don't want to start going for a more complex pattern. One of the things you can do as well is start coming backwards. I want to feel each opposite arm and leg just raising up and going, nothing having to push and drive. I don't want to feel what I currently am feeling, that sort of tractor beam pull over to the left. There we go. Next in the sequence from crawling is squatting. Going to start with the half squat first, eliminating the complexity of having to include the ankles and lower limbs in it. Now obviously once you can bring them in, they'll work as an asset, but until you've got the less complex hip hinge motion sorted, then there's, you won't achieve anything as quickly, if at all, by trying to overreach with a more complex pattern. So we go from there. Oh, just do 5 of them. When you're actually using the crawling pattern functionally throughout the house, and for instance, if I was to go towards the toilet over here, you'll see how the transitional phases actually incorporate those movements. So we'll go from here, turn the light on, or to turn it off, come back down. If I was then to try and sit up and get onto the toilet, hold there, and then I've got this split stance pattern. So it's not just the crawling pattern itself, it's got so many functional lead-ins, it's invaluable. Next one, I'm actually going to try a full depth squat. Let's see what happens. Let's do 5 of these. And there we go. That's it for today. Oh no, as just for the comparison. As we walking, you saw the last time I was filmed, I had to use the radiator as a handrail, and it was a very wide stance and judgment forward. It's what I've progressed at the minute. Now that it's good to have been able to achieve that, but I don't want to practice that at the expense of improving all of the more primitive patterns. But that's it for now. See you at the next one.